Hey everyone, welcome back to GOSPEAKLY English Podcast. Oh my goodness, I am so excited for today's episode. How are you doing, Daniel?
I'm doing fantastic, Sophie, and hey everyone, welcome. We are so happy you're here with us today.
You know what? I can already feel the energy today. So let me introduce myself quickly. I'm Sophie. I've been teaching English for 9 years now. And honestly, every single day I learn something new about how people struggle with English. And that's exactly why we're here.
And I'm Daniel. I'm here to ask all the questions that you're probably thinking right now. I mean, that's my job, right? To be curious and figure things out alongside you.
Exactly. And speaking of figuring things out, today we're tackling something that confuses so many learners. I mean, I've seen this mistake hundreds, maybe thousands of times.
Ooh, I'm curious now. What is it?
We're talking about since and for. These two little words cause so much confusion. But guess what? By the end of today's episode, you'll never mix them up again.
Oh, wow. That's a bold promise, Sophie. But you know what? I trust you because I know you've helped thousands of students with exactly this problem.
Thank you. You know, it's funny because native speakers use these words without even thinking. But for learners, it's like, wait, which one do I use? When do I say since? When do I say for?
Right, like, is it I've lived here since 5 years or I've lived here for 5 years? See, even I get confused sometimes.
Ooh, good example. And we're going to clear up exactly that confusion today. We'll give you real-life examples, practical scenarios, and trust me, you'll be using these words like a pro.
I love it. So, listeners, here's what we're going to do today. We're breaking this down into 2 parts. Part 1 will cover what for means and how to use it. Part 2, we'll dive into since and then compare them side by side.
Perfect. And hey, before we jump in, if you're loving this podcast, if you're learning something new every time, do us a huge favor. Just hit that like button, subscribe to GOSPEAKLY English Podcast, and share this with a friend who's also learning English.
Yeah, and you know what? We upload new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you've got fresh content 3 times a week.
Exactly. All right, you ready to dive in?
Let's do this.
Okay, so let's start with for, because honestly, this one is a little easier to understand at first.
All right, I'm ready. Teach me, teacher.
Okay, so here's the simple rule. We use for when we're talking about a duration of time. It's about how long something lasts.
Duration of time. So like a period, right? Like 5 minutes, 3 days, 2 years?
Exactly. You got it. For answers the question, how long? Think about it. If someone asks you, how long have you been studying English? You might say, I've been studying English for 2 years.
Oh, okay. So it's measuring the length of time.
Yes. And here's the thing. For can be used with any length of time. It could be seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years, decades, anything.
Wow, so it's super flexible.
Totally. Let me give you some examples. I waited for 20 minutes. She's been working for 3 hours. They've lived in that house for 10 years.
Okay, I'm seeing the pattern. It's always for plus a number and a time word.
Exactly. You know what? Let me give you a little trick. If you can say how long before the sentence and it makes sense, then use for.
Ooh, I like tricks. So, how long have you been waiting? For 20 minutes. Yeah, that works.
See? You're getting it. Now, let's talk about some real-life situations where you'd use for.
Yes, please, give me scenarios.
Okay, imagine you're at a doctor's office. The receptionist asks, how long have you had this headache? You say, I've had it for 3 days.
Oh, that's so practical.
Right? Or let's say you're talking to a colleague at work. They ask, how long have you been with this company? You respond, I've been here for 6 months.
Perfect. So it's all about the length of the experience.
Yes. Or even simple things. I exercised for 40 minutes today. We talked on the phone for an hour. The movie lasted for 2 hours.
I love how simple it is once you understand the pattern.
I know, right? But here's where people sometimes get confused. They think for can only be used with present perfect tense.
Oh, it can be used with other tenses too?
Absolutely. You can say, I lived in London for 5 years. That's past simple. Or, I will stay here for 2 weeks. That's future.
Wow, so for is not limited to just one tense.
Nope. It's all about the duration, no matter when it happened, is happening, or will happen.
That's so helpful.
You know what? I feel like I'm already way more confident with for now.
That's what I love to hear. And you know what's interesting? Native speakers use for all the time without thinking. It's one of those words that just flows naturally in conversation.
Yeah, like, let's go for a walk for 20 minutes, or can you watch my bag for a second?
Exactly. Oh, and speaking of for a second, that's such a common expression. People say it even when they mean a bit longer.
True. Can you hold this for a second, and then they disappear for 5 minutes?
Right. That's the beauty of language. It's not always literal, but grammatically, you're still using for correctly because you're indicating duration.
I love that. Okay, so before we move to since, let me just recap. For is used with a period of time, a duration, and it answers how long.
Perfect summary. And it works with any tense, past, present, future.
Awesome. I think I've got a good grip on for now.
Wonderful. All right, let's move to part 2 where we'll tackle since.
Okay, I'm ready for since now. Hit me with it.
All right, so since is a bit different from for, and this is where people get mixed up.
I'm all ears.
So while for talks about duration, since talks about the starting point. It tells us when something began.
Oh, so it's about the beginning, not the length.
Exactly. Since answers the question, when did it start? So if someone asks, when did you start working here? You could say, I've been working here since January.
Aha, so since is followed by a specific point in time.
Yes, it could be a month, a year, a day, a date, a time, but it's always a specific moment when something started.
Okay, so like since Monday, since 2020, since last week.
Perfect examples. You're catching on fast.
So if I say, I've been waiting since 3 o'clock, that's correct.
Absolutely. You're telling me that your waiting started at 3 o'clock. The starting point is 3 o'clock.
Oh, I see the difference now. With for, I would say for 2 hours, but with since, I say since 3 o'clock.
Yes, you're comparing duration versus starting point. That's the key.
This is so clear now. So I've lived here since 2015 means I started living here in 2015.
Exactly. And you're still living there now. That's important too. Since is usually used when the action continues to the present.
Oh, interesting. So it's mostly used with present perfect tense.
Yes, that's a great observation. We usually use since with present perfect because we're connecting the past to the present.
Wow, so I have known her since childhood means I met her in childhood and I still know her now.
Perfect. You've got it. Now let me give you some real-life scenarios with since.
Yes, please.
Okay, imagine you're catching up with an old friend. They ask, when did you move to this city? You say, I've been here last year.
Nice, so you're giving them the starting point.
Exactly. Or let's say someone asks about your job. How long have you been a teacher? I would say, I've been teaching since 2015.
That's 9 years. Oh, wait, that's why you said you have 9 years of experience.
Yes, you connected it. I started in 2015 and it's 2024 now, so that's 9 years.
I love when things click like that. Okay, give me more examples.
Sure. We've been friends since college. He's been sick since yesterday. I haven't seen her since last month.
Oh, so it works with negative sentences too.
Absolutely. I haven't eaten since breakfast means the last time I ate was at breakfast.
That's so useful. Now I'm curious. Can you use since with specific times?
Oh yes. Since 8 a.m., since noon, since midnight. All of these work.
Amazing. What about since this morning?
Perfect. That's totally correct. You're identifying when something started, this morning.
Okay. Now let me ask you something tricky. Can I say since 2 hours?
No. That's the mistake people make. You can't say since 2 hours because 2 hours is a duration, not a starting point.
Oh, so I have to say for 2 hours.
Exactly. Or if you want to use since, you'd say since 2 hours ago.
Wait, since 2 hours ago? That works?
Yes, because 2 hours ago is a specific point in time. It tells us when it started.
Wow, that's a game changer. So the word ago makes it a starting point.
Yes, ago always refers to a point in the past. So, since 3 days ago, since a week ago, these all work.
This is brilliant. Okay, let me test myself. I've been studying for 3 hours, or I've been studying since 3 hours ago.
Both are correct. The first one talks about duration. The second one talks about the starting point.
And they basically mean the same thing in this case?
Exactly. They convey similar information, but the focus is different.
I love this. Okay, now let's compare them directly. Give me some sentence pairs.
Great idea. All right. I've worked here for 5 years versus I've worked here since 2019.
Okay, so the first one focuses on the length, 5 years. The second one focuses on when it started, 2019.
Perfect. Next one. She's been waiting for 30 minutes versus she's been waiting since 2:30.
Same thing. First one is duration, second one is starting time.
You're on fire. How about they've been married for a decade versus they've been married since 2014?
Love it. Duration versus starting point.
Now, here's a common mistake I see. People say, I know him since childhood.
Ooh, it should be I've known him since childhood, right?
Yes, because since connects to the present, we need present perfect.
So I know him since childhood is wrong because it's simple present.
Exactly. The action started in childhood and continues now, so we need have known.
That makes total sense. What are some other mistakes people make?
Oh, lots. Like saying since 3 days instead of for 3 days, or since the last week instead of since last week.
Ooh, so we don't say the last week with since.
Right. We just say since last week or since the beginning of last week if we want to be specific.
Got it. Any other tricky ones?
Yes. People sometimes say, I'm working here since 2020 instead of I've been working here since 2020.
The tense issue again.
Exactly. With since, we almost always use present perfect in English.
This is so helpful. You know what? Let me give our listeners a little challenge.
Ooh, I love it. Go ahead.
Okay, listeners, pause the podcast right now and try to make 2 sentences, one with for and one with since, about your English learning journey.
That's a fantastic challenge. And hey, you can even write them in the comments below. We'd love to see your sentences.
Yes, and we'll help you if you make any mistakes. No judgment, just learning.
Absolutely. You know, learning a language is all about practice and making mistakes. That's how we grow.
So true. Okay, Sophie, before we wrap up, can you give us some final tips?
Of course. Tip number 1, always ask yourself, am I talking about how long or when it started? If it's how long, use for. If it's when it started, use since.
Love it. Simple question, simple answer.
Tip number 2, remember that for can be used with any tense, but since is almost always with present perfect.
Great reminder.
And tip number 3, if you're using a number plus a time word like 3 hours or 5 days, use for. If you're using a specific point like Monday or 2020, use since.
Perfect. Those 3 tips are golden.
Oh, and one more thing, practice. The more you use these words, the more natural they'll become.
Yes, practice makes perfect.
All right, everyone, we've covered so much today. I really hope this cleared up the confusion between since and for.
I know I feel way more confident now, and I'm sure our listeners do too.
You know what, Daniel? I have a feeling people are going to start using these words correctly from today onwards.
I hope so. And remember, everyone, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. We read every single one.
Yes, and don't forget to like this episode, subscribe to GOSPEAKLY English Podcast, and share it with your friends who are learning English.
We upload fresh episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out.
And hey, if there's a topic you want us to cover, let us know. We're here to help you on your English learning journey.
Absolutely. Learning English should be fun, not stressful.
So true. All right, everyone, that's it for today. Thank you so much for spending time with us.
Yeah, thank you. Keep practicing, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Until then, keep speaking, keep growing, and remember, you're doing amazing.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.